Hello everybody, Attorney Thomas Randolph here. I'm here to talk to you today about transporting your gun to another state on an airplane. And yes, you can do that. Now, just let me make clear that you cannot take your gun inside the passenger compartment of an airplane, but you can check your gun inside of your luggage to transport to somewhere else. Say you're going on you have a different work assignment and you're going to a different state. You may be going on vacation. I know when I go on vacation, I take my gun with me. So you can do that too, but I want to talk to you about some things that you should know before you attempt to do that. The first thing you should do is to make sure that your paperwork here is in order. If you're in Michigan, that's your CPL, your concealed pistol license. So you want to actually pull out your license, look at the expiration date, and to make sure that that license is still good, because the last thing that you want is to get to another state and you look at your CPL and find out that it's expired. Or worse yet, the police stop you and look at your CPL and find out that you're expired, and then you have a whole different set of problems. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your license is in good order here. The second thing that you want to do is to go to a website that I'm going to share with you. It's usconcealedcarry.com. And when you go to that website, and I'm going to show it to you right here, you go to click on your state, which is Michigan or wherever you are, Florida, and then the map will show you states that have what's called reciprocity with your state. So if you have a concealed carry license in Michigan, for example, there are other states that respect your concealed carry license. For example, Indiana, Ohio, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and it will also tell you the conditions of concealed carry in those states. So in Michigan, if you have a concealed carry license, you know the rules, or you should. There's certain places that you can't carry concealed, even though you have a license. You can't carry in a church or on church property. You can't carry at casinos. You can't carry in sporting arenas or entertainment venues with a capacity of over 2,500. But the rules aren't the same everywhere. In Ohio, the rules are different. In Indiana, the rules are different. In Florida, the rules are different. So you want to make sure that you understand the rules of the place where you're going, because it's no defense to violating those rules to say, well, where I'm from in Michigan, these are the rules. And they're going to say, well, too bad. You have to respect the rules of where you are. So you want to, number one, make sure your permit or your license is in good standing where you live, and then understand the rules of your destination. You can't conceal carry in New York State. And when you go to check your bag and there's a gun inside and you follow the rules, they're not going to ask you, do you know that concealed carry is illegal in New York or California? They're going to let you do it. And when you get there, if you claim that bag, as soon as you touch it, you'll be in violation of the law. And a lot of places, they don't care. They're ready to have you become a convicted felon and forever lose your right to touch a gun if you violate those rules. So make sure you know where you're going and what the rules are. Okay, so once you do that, you want to, one thing that you need before you get to the airport, you need one of these. See this? And this particular brand is Snap Safe. This is a hard-sided gun case. The gun cases that came with your gun is usually softer plastic, and that doesn't meet FAA requirements for transporting a gun in your luggage. You need a hard case like this that can't be pried open at the side. This metal, it has cushion inside to accommodate your weapon, and it also has a lock where you can lock it. And this meets the requirements of the FAA to transport your gun in your luggage. And you need something like this. Before you get to the airport, you want to take your gun. Now, this is a starter pistol. This is not an operable weapon, okay? It doesn't accept real bullets. It's a starter pistol like they use in track and field, or they used to. Okay, so anyway, you want to make sure that your gun is unloaded. If your gun is a semi-automatic that takes a magazine, that's not called a clip, it's a magazine where bullets go, you want to make sure that's empty. You want to make sure your gun is empty. And you want to place your gun inside the case. Put your gun inside the case. And then lock it. And you put the key. Make sure you take it with you to the airport because you might need it to open the case. Sometimes they ask to see your gun. We'll get to that. You take that to the airport. Don't forget to take your magazine with you. You can put the magazine inside the case with your gun. Or you can put it elsewhere inside your luggage. Don't try to take your magazine inside the airplane. You might have a problem with TSA if you try to do that. You can also take ammo inside the checked luggage. The ammo has to be stored in the original box. You can't have a plastic bag full of ammo. You have to have the box that the ammo came in. If you have Winchester ammo, you have to have that original box with the ammo in it. Put the box in. You can put that inside your luggage separate from the gun. So you have your gun inside the case. You have your magazine. You have your ammo. You put all of that inside your luggage. And what I do is I also lock my luggage. Now, so you do all of that. You go to the airport. And you have to check your bag. You cannot do a carry-on with a gun inside or ammo or gun parts. Just forget that. Everything has to go inside your checked bag. So you have to stand in line to check your bag. When you get to the counter, you tell them, I want to declare a firearm. They've heard the language before. You don't say, I have a gun. Don't say that. You say, I want to declare a firearm. You don't want to scare anybody. And you say it very calmly, I want to declare a firearm, and they'll point you in the right direction. Sometimes you get the benefit of a shorter line if you tell them that you want to declare a firearm. Sometimes there's a special line that they have you go to. A lot of times it's shorter than the regular line. So if there's somebody out there assisting people, directing them to the correct line, just go say, I want to declare a firearm. Who should I go to? And you go where they tell you to go. When you get to the counter, you say, I would like to declare a firearm. So here's the procedure. They'll have you put your luggage on the scale to see how much it weighs. Then they'll pull out a little form. It's like a little sticker. And they'll put your name on it. And this sticker indicates that there's a firearm in the luggage. And they'll have you sign the form declaring that the gun is unloaded, blah, blah, blah. You sign the form. They'll have you open your suitcase. Do not take out the gun. One time I had one of the airline people told me to take out the gun and show them that it's not loaded. That's not a good idea. If they ask you to do it, I would ask for a supervisor, because one thing that you don't want to do in the airport is pull out a gun. So most of the time, they'll just ask you if the gun is in a case separate from a lockable case, separate from the ammunition. You say yes. They'll take the sticker and you open your luggage, and they'll put the sticker on top of your gun case. The sticker is detectable from the X-ray. So if they take an X-ray of your luggage, even from the outside of the luggage, they'll be able to tell where the gun case is. They'll have you close your luggage. Sometimes they'll take your luggage and they'll put it on a conveyor belt. Other times there's a special location in the airport where the representative from the airline will come from behind the counter and walk you to a special entrance where they will scan your luggage with the gun inside, and they'll take your luggage from there. So it's a special procedure when you check your bag. So when you're declaring a firearm, you want to get to the airport a little bit early. You just can't get there right on time because it's going to take you a little bit longer. It's not a long process. Again, sometimes you can get through the line quicker if you declare a firearm. But sometimes there's these special check-in procedures that you need to be aware of. All right? And then you're on your way. You go through TSA, and you wait, you get on the airplane, and you arrive at your destination. Now, a couple of things to remember. Like I talked about, Illinois, California, New York. Here's my thinking about those places. Here's a scenario. You get on your airplane and you're traveling to Florida. Great. And say there's bad weather, and say, we're going to divert your flight to New York. And you know in your checked bag you have a gun. My advice to you is, if you end up in a place that you didn't intend to go, and you know that place forbids concealed carry of firearms, I wouldn't obtain my luggage in that place. if I ended up in New York and they asked me to pick up my bag for some reason, and I had to spend the night in New York for some reason, I wouldn't pick up my bag. I wouldn't touch it, because once you touch it, then you're technically in violation of the law, even though you didn't intend to go to that place with a concealed weapon. And these states have no regard for the rights of people in relationship to their firearms. They have no respect for the Second Amendment, and they have no hesitation for putting you in jail and ruining your life for something that you're completely innocent of. So I would rather lose my luggage and my gun rather than my freedom. And that's just my take on it. I had a situation once where in Detroit, you can end up on the bridge to Canada, even though you didn't intend to go, here in Detroit and in the Blue Water Bridge in Port Huron. And I was in Port Huron, and somehow I ended up on the bridge on my way to Canada. And I knew if I had a gun on me, and I knew if I crossed that bridge with that gun, there would be no mercy for me if I ended up over there. I know a few people that this happened to. So I stopped. I stopped right in the middle of the road, and I flagged down a Custom and Border Patrol from the United States side, and I said, listen, I didn't want to get on this bridge. There was bad signage. I'm not going over there. You can give me a ticket for holding up traffic, but I'm not going over there. You do whatever you have to do, because if I go over there, I'm going to prison. I'll take a ticket for a traffic violation over here. Push come to shove, I'll throw this gun in the water before I go over there to Canada with it. Anyway, that's beside the point. So when you go pick up your bag at your destination in a place where it's legal to have a gun because you checked before you left, sometimes they'll put your bag right on the conveyor belt and they'll zip tie it. So there'll be a zip tie around your bag. Sometimes it'll just come out with the regular luggage. This is why I recommend that you put a lock on your bag, just to discourage somebody who might just go into the bag before you get your hands on it. Sometimes they'll send your bag to, every airline has a luggage office, and your bag won't be on the conveyor belt. It'll be in the luggage office, and you have to show ID in order to get your bag. Again, I don't recommend that you open your bag to get your gun while you're still at the airport, or at least inside the main airport. You might want to wait till you get to your rental car before you retrieve your gun and load it out of your luggage. So you always want to be careful entering and exiting the airport with your gun so you don't cause an incident, because people are kind of sensitive about that, understandably. All right, so make sure that you obey the laws where you live, obey the laws where you're going, so you can have a good time and safely carry your weapon. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.